Hi, boys and girls. Today I am going to talk to you about something very special that good readers do. Now, remember, when we're reading, last week we learned that good readers use the picture clues to help them better understand the words and what the story is about. Well, today we're going to continue doing that, but we're also going to look with our eyes and listen with our ears to see what the story is mostly about. I have a helper here who's going to show us and remind us that it's so important to use our our special eyes and our special ears to listen and look at a story while we're reading it. So if you do not have your I See a Bus booklet out, pause the video and go get it now. We'll wait for you. Everyone else, please take out your I See a Bus booklet and let's work on it together now. Remember, we're going to use our eyes and our ears while we are reading the story to look for picture clues and to look for clues to see what the story is mostly about. Now, I colored my pictures in. You are going to do that as well, but after we finish talking about the story. So boys and girls, the first thing that we always do is we start at the very first word in our sentence. Now, I noticed that they didn't do something correctly with our sentence. I think they're trying to trick us, but we're not going to let them. We're way too smart. They forgot to make this letter a capital. So if you see here, I went all the way up, and I'm going to make lines to make a capital I. Can you do that on your paper? Good job. Because we always start every sentence with a capital letter. Now I've underlined and circled some things here. If you notice, I underlined this word because this was our sight word before. Do you remember what this sight word says? That's right, it's see. Now we'll put these two words together, I see. I circled this fun letter here. This is my letter, A, and it says A or In this sentence, it says I see a. Can you read with me? Follow my finger. I see a. So I circled a because it's our word of the week. Can you do that now too? Great job. I see a, let me think. This word right here, b. I see a bus here. That's a school bus. But I know this doesn't say school bus because it starts with just a bus sound. So let me think. I'm going to use the picture clues, and I'm going to look. Bus, school bus, bus, us, bus. Oh, wait a minute. I see a bus. Does that work? Give me a thumbs up. It sure does work. I see a bus. There's a picture of a bus. There's the word bus. It matches, it works, and it makes sense, which is what good readers always try to see if that happens. I also circled this mark right here because that, boys and girls, tells us it's the end of the sentence. Remember, we call that special mark at the end of a telling sentence a period. That means you stop and you take a breath. Listen to my voice. I see a bus. Do you notice I took a breath and I just stopped? I'm not going to say anything anymore. I'm just going to turn the page. Can you do that with me? I'm going to look at the picture first. Oh, what a cute girl holding an apple. And wait a second. She's wearing high heels. I think maybe she's a teacher? A teacher? I'm going to read the story and find out. But I'm going to look here. I know that we always start a sentence with what kind of a letter? That's right, a capital letter. And they did not put a capital letter on your booklet. Again, they're trying to trick you. Let's show them that we cannot be tricked. We are super readers. Make your I a capital I. Very good. Now, I underlined the word see because that's a word you now know. And which is our word of the week. I also circled the period because remember, the period tells us to stop and take a breath. So when you get here, I want you to stop and take a breath. Okay, let's try and read this together. I see a. Now, this is a really long word, and I'm very nervous to read it because I've never read a word that long before. And I see a girl. So let's see, is it girl? Well, no, this starts with a t sound, and girl starts with a g sound. So it has to be a picture that starts with a t and ends with a Remember before I said, oh, she's wearing high heels, and she looks like she has an apple, and she looks like maybe she's bigger than a girl. Maybe she's a teacher. Does that match my word? Or could it match my word? Teacher. She looks like a teacher. Use your picture clues. Let's see. I see a teacher. Yes, it works. I'm so proud of you. Read it with me again. I see a teacher. Good job. Turn the page. Now here they asked us to write what we see. I'm noticing something. Do you notice it? That's right. We need to make this a capital I. No tricking us, kindergartners. We are too smart for that. Let's make our I a capital I. Why? That's right, because it starts the beginning of a sentence. I see a. Now stop. There's no period here, which means we have to keep going. But I'm going to show you what I did in a minute. But I'm going to ask you to think back to the story. We saw a bus. We saw a teacher. Now we have to draw something that fits with the story. I'm going to think really hard because remember, good readers really listen and they look and they think. What fits in this story? This story seems to be mostly about school. So I can't say I see a roller coaster because there aren't any roller coasters at school. I can't say I see a garage because our house garage is not at school. I can't say I see a stove. That's not at school. Let's think about something that we see at school. I wonder what I can put down. Make a prediction. Remember, that's a guess. Make a prediction about what you think I'm going to write on my paper. Now remember, we want it to be about school because that is what the story is about. So I'm going to show you now. I wrote, I see a student. And you see my picture here? It's the picture of a student. And you are a student. So I see you. What you're going to do right now, boys and girls, you are going to color your booklet, and you at the end are going to write what you see. Boys and girls, when you're finished, I'd love to hear you read your booklet on Seesaw. I'm so excited. Don't forget, boys and girls, to underline your word see, circle your word that's our new sight word of the week. And if you want, you could circle the period if it helps remind you to just stop and take a breath. Also, if you didn't do it with me, always start your sentences with a capital letter. Don't let them trick you. Let's say goodbye to my friend, Mr. Sun, and remember his clue to always look and listen. Bye, boys and girls.